The NBA is planning to expand its playing field with one, maybe two new teams, and Adam Silver, the commissioner, has been dropping expansion hints for years. NBA-hungry cities have been waving their hands, shouting, "Pick me, pick me!" But the question we've all been asking is, who's actually in line for the next big ticket? The last time we saw two completely new teams introduced was over 2 decades ago with the Toronto Raptors and the Vancouver Grizzlies, both of which joined the NBA in the 1995-96 season, with the Raptors having remained in Toronto and become a successful franchise, even winning the championship in 2019. The Grizzlies franchise relocated to Memphis, Tennessee after the 2000-01 season due to financial issues and low attendance. However, in 2004, the Charlotte Bobcats came in, after the original Charlotte Hornets moved to New Orleans in 2002. By 2014, the Bobcats switched up their name and became the Hornets again. And the team in New Orleans? They're now the Pelicans and being retroactively recognized as a new franchise founded in 2002. The word on the court from Adam Silver is suggestive enough to spur a wave of basketball enthusiasts and city officials into a frenzy. Silver's interview during the NBA Finals saw him entertain the notion of more expansion teams, a possibility that has us all sitting on the edge of our seats. Seattle and Las Vegas in particular are playing an intense game of catch me if you can with the prospect of a new NBA team. And with the new CBA just being completed and signed, the NBA can shift their focus towards expanding. And we're all waiting to see where the ball will land. The cost for an expansion, you ask? Oh boy, it's enough to make even the wealthiest player's wallet sweat. Remember the time when $200 million could buy an NBA team? Ah, the good old days. Fast forward to today, and the average team costs a whopping $3 billion. However, the financial implications of the expansion are enough to make any billionaire's eyes gleam. Now, as fascinating as the financial side of the expansion is, there's an even more intriguing question. Where could these new teams land? While Seattle and Las Vegas seem like the obvious picks, contenders such as Nashville, Kansas City, and St. Louis are also taking aim. Let's start with Seattle, a city with a bittersweet NBA history. After losing the Supersonics to Oklahoma City in 2008, there's a considerable thirst for basketball's return in the city. The newly renovated Climate Pledge Arena stands ready, and the city's robust tech sector offers ample opportunities for corporate partnerships. Seattle's enormous previous support of the Supersonics combined with its ongoing enthusiasm for the WNBA's Storm signifies its readiness to welcome an NBA team back with open arms. Las Vegas, on the other hand, is relatively new to the major sports league scene, but in recent years, the city has shown that it can sustain a pro team, with the Golden Knights' success in the NHL, winning the Stanley Cup in 2023, and the Las Vegas Raiders in the NFL with a brand new state-of-the-art stadium. Not to mention an MLB team is also on the way, with its built-in attraction for tourists and an already successful annual summer league. The entertainment capital of the world seems primed to add a full-time NBA franchise to its glittering strip. Nashville, known for its vibrant music scene, also strikes a chord when it comes to sports. Already hosting the Titans and Predators, the city shows promising signs of being able to support an NBA franchise. The Bridgestone Arena, primarily used by the Predators, is a potential home court. And the city's booming population and flourishing tourism industry can contribute to a steady fan base. Kansas City, a hotbed of sports fanaticism, boasts a rich history with the Kansas City Royals and Kansas City Chiefs. Also, they were once the home of the Kings before they moved to Sacramento, so it seems like the city is eager to re-establish its NBA presence. The T-Mobile Center, an arena without a major professional sports tenant, is more than NBA ready. Furthermore, Kansas City has a proven track record of supporting its professional sports teams to the extreme, generating a passionate and engaged fan base that can easily extend to basketball. Last but not least, we have St. Louis as another strong contender. This city has a storied sports history with the Cardinals and the Blues, showing its capacity to support and embrace professional sports teams. The vacancy left by the Rams' move to Los Angeles in 2016 could prove to be an opportunity for the NBA. The Chaifetz Arena, currently housing the St. Louis University basketball team, can serve as a temporary venue, while a permanent and bigger solution is found in the city that is more than ready for another sporting franchise. But there is also a twist. What if the NBA was ready to break boundaries both literally and figuratively? International expansion has always been an attractive prospect. The image of an NBA franchise in London, Paris, or even China adds a whole new level of spice to the game. An international expansion would not just be a game changer for the NBA, but a world changer. It could revolutionize the global viewership of the league and increase the fervor for the game in these new markets. Could we be on the brink of a worldwide love affair with NBA basketball? Only time will tell. Of course, having one or two new teams in the NBA would require an expansion draft, with ripple effects felt by all franchises across the league. Much like the NHL experienced in 2017, when the Las Vegas Golden Knights was formed. They actually benefited from a favorable draft process and remarkably reached the Stanley Cup in their debut season. The expansion draft works the following way. All teams could protect a set number of players, while having to expose others for potential selection. The new team, in their case, is allowed to pick one player from each team's unprotected list, which helps them form their inaugural roster. In 2017, this not only reshaped the NHL landscape by introducing a competitive team in Las Vegas, but it also added an exhilarating chapter to the sport's storied history. When the NBA expands, it could possibly disrupt the creation of super teams and lead to a fairer distribution of talent across the league. So, who's buying the teams? Well, it's a billionaire's game, with investment groups, Saudi oil princes, who are already taking over both soccer and golf. Or maybe athletes with deep pockets are wanting to take a shot. LeBron James has been eyeing a team in Vegas like a loose ball on the court. And NFL superstar Patrick Mahomes is already an investor in the Kansas City Royals, meaning he may also eye a home court advantage if Kansas gets an NBA team as well. A common concern regarding NBA expansion is the potential watering down of talent. However, I believe this could pave the way for even more talented players to showcase their abilities, further intensifying the league's competitiveness, giving the fans an all-around better product. And as mentioned earlier, of all the destinations, Seattle and Las Vegas seem to be the frontrunners. With an arena ready and a mayor more DTF than Kim K in her prime, Seattle is playing a strong game. But then there's Las Vegas, a city booming with money, new sports teams, and a fan base that's as energetic as a home crowd in Game 7. In short, NBA expansion isn't just a sports story, it's a global event, one that's going to change the face of basketball as we know it. Whether it's Seattle, Vegas, or an international city that wins the lotto, one thing is for sure, we're in for a thrilling ride. However, one player who had a thrilling NBA ride only to see his career abruptly flushed down the drain is none other than Isaiah Thomas. After a challenging start in the NBA, he became the man in Boston and was just inches away from signing a $200 million Supermax contract with the Celtics. But before he could seal the deal, he was traded away in the midst of rehabilitation. Unfortunately for IT, he was never the same afterward. For the remainder of his NBA career, he bounced around on one-year deals and 10-day contracts. I've made a video about his inspiring career, his incredible 2016-17 season, and how the Celtics shipped him away like a piece of meat after he gave them his absolute all for several seasons. Some may call it the biggest betrayal in NBA history. Check it out.